This is Jake Dreyer.
This is Joseph Michael from the band Witherfall, and we're blowing it up on Capital Chaos TV.
You are number 666.
This is the Mighty Z of Metal Gods Radio and Capital Chaos TV, and we have Joseph and Jake from Witherfall with us. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Yeah, hanging in there, man.
Welcome back to America.
Thank you.
You spent a couple weeks in Europe, is that correct?
Yeah, we were out there for probably about a month or so, touring around with Sonata Arctica. We were doing a special acoustic set out there to go with their acoustic adventure, as they called it.
Yeah, it was definitely an adventure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
How so?
Oh, the shows were great. Good shows, and the crowd reaction was really cool, too. It's just bizarre, man. It's like, you're used to playing heavy metal shows, and everybody's crushed up at front at the barrier, and on these ones, like 75% of the dates, it was all seated, seated venues, or they would move, a bunch of seats and stuff like that into the pre-existing venues. So it was just wild, man. It was cool, though. It was a good time.
Yeah, we had fun.
And was there like polite clapping after each song?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I didn't know when our songs were finished. No, I mean, there were certain shows that they were pretty rowdy in. The two ones that stick out to me were Hamburg and Paris. I think those get the reward there for coolest crowds of that tour.
Some craziness, for sure.
And did you guys get to play on each other's songs at all? Was there any sort of collaboration going on with Sonata Arctica?
Not at all.
No, we were gonna have our drummer go up there and play a song with them, but that never happened.
No.
Is that something that goes on much while you're on tour with other bands in the metal world?
Not with Witherfall songs. It's not like we play 1-4-5 chord songs. Our stuff you can't just take a listen to and get up there and play it.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times I've seen bands where a guy will come out and jam on a song, but it'd probably be pretty tough with the Witherfall stuff. You'd have to kind of know the songs pretty well. And then certain bands, they don't want the opening acts doing that, So it's like...
Have you been on many tours where you sort of have had to put up with certain restrictions with lights and sound? Have you ever not been as loud as the headlining band and whatnot?
That's something that happens a lot.
Hasn't happened to us though.
No, not to us, but that does happen a lot. We've gotten restricted on merch, which so it's like, they're like, we have all these designs, and they're like, no, you can only sell 2.
Right.
So it's like, that's the restrictions that we've gotten, but Witherfall personally. That
usually comes from whoever's running the merch and whether they're cool or a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
And you have to do price matching on everything, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's standard. That's just part of the rules of the road right there, yeah.
Yeah.
And the new EP has been out for a few weeks, right?
Yeah, I think that came out when we were actually on the road. Like March, I can't remember the exact date.
March 22nd.
How happy are you for the way it came out?
Oh, very happy with it.
Yeah, no, we know how the music's going to come out before the thing's mixed anyway, so that's not a concern. And obviously we have Christian Walling doing the artwork every single time, and it's just always brilliant. There's not a lot left to the imagination when it comes to how our records are going to be, how they're going to sound or look when they're finished.
And it's cool too. They have Century Media did a couple of different colors too. We have like a Pinot Noir color, and then and then there's a green color too that we sell exclusively. So it's a cool package with everything too, and it's it did really great on the tour.
Are you guys collectors of music and other things, collectibles and poster flags and all that good part of the rock and roll stuff?
When I was a kid, you should see my room. It's just it's decked out. Like I used to collect all the McFarlane, like the action figures of like Kiss or AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, all that kind of shit, Motley Crue. I have those. And then
you can see his Brian May figurine in the one of the videos from the last record.
Yeah, they did like a Rock Icons. They had like a shit ton of different guys. They had like a King Diamond one. So yeah, I mean, that was when I was in high school, I collected a lot of that stuff.
And is it all in pretty good shape, or did you just I played all my records, so I didn't really take care of them.
Oh, record-wise, yeah. Yeah, I have a few. I don't know how many pieces of vinyl I have in my collection, but I have like yeah, I don't know how many. It's certain ones, I think it more comes down to I bought them used, and they were already, weren't taken care of or played too much,
And you have was it Halloween and Tom Petty on the new EP? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
How did you go about choosing those? Was there more that you wanted to do, and you whittled it down to two? What didn't make it?
No, they chose us. We didn't really think about it.
Yeah. The Tom Petty one, we were doing. They're in the pre-production for the song Shadows, which is found on the Prelude. After a night of like tons of bottles of wine and cigars, we were just jamming out on I Won't Back Down, like the original Petty version. And then we're just like, what if we just reharmonize this and come up with an alternate arrangement and make it make it way sad, way more moody. And we just want to make everything sound sad.
Yeah.
Is that the purpose of the blue hue on the music video? There's I was watching the video. It's pretty blue. It's blue for sadness.
Yeah, I mean,
the record's about the death of our drummer, so I mean, it's a pretty sad album.
Yeah, and then that video is about the death of the studio that we recorded in because it's Hurricane Michael, which my hometown's Panama City, Florida, and it just got demolished by that storm last year. So and that's where we recorded Play the Sorrow, was at Boogie Tracks out there in Callaway, Florida, and it's just pretty much it's completely wrecked. So it was kind of like our tribute, to this place that we were at for 3 months.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, it's nature, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I live in Northern California, so fire is sort of a natural. Fire is sort of a natural phenomenon up here. And,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, prior to fire, prior to people smoking or whatnot, or electricity, it was lightning strikes that used to set Northern California on fire every year.
Wow.
So there's no getting around nature.
Yeah, man. Wants to get rid of us.
And how soon can we expect a Witherfall U.S. tour?
We're looking at stuff right now for the fall of 2019. We just signed on with new management, and so we're just getting our team in place, but definitely fall, winter of 2019.
And will that be possibly a headliner or another support type deal?
Hopefully a support. We want to do a support tour. We need to go out there and spread our name some more.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and we'll see you on the road.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Cheers, man.